カードファイトヴァンガードギアデイズ2。
Alright.
どのモードで遊ぶ？
So, grinding some battles. Yeah, I could do that.
そうなのか。
その
悪いけど。
This is a first time play. I have not watched the show before. I cut that. I did watch the show before. The very first season, but I'm not familiar with any of these characters. That was 10 years ago or so. I've never played the game until I got this game. And this is a great game, so this is going to be a quiet stream, play some games, and yeah, do some gameplay. Nothing special. Anyways, onward. I don't know about the story. I don't care about the story, but the card battling is fun. Anyways.
どうかな。行くよ。
やってみせる。絶対に負けないから。
僕とファイトするのかい？
スタンドアップヴァンガード。
僕のターンだね。ドロー。ライド。エネルギージェネレーターをセット。ターンエンド。
スタンド&ドロー。
Alright, so I need to select a cost. Alright, I'll do that. Because by discarding that, it goes to the field. And then we activate these abilities. All that to the guard. So we do not lose a card. 1 second, so I get to use his effect to draw a card. And I drew that one again. I do not want this in the deck, but I've only been playing for 5-10 hours. So I'm at the 10 hours sounds like a lot, but a lot of people that have played this game, if you look on Steam, they have hundreds of hours. But they still leave negative reviews, which is very strange. I saw a bunch of reviews where they have 450 hours, and they're still leaving thumbs down because it's a full-priced game. If you're getting 450 hours out of the game, I think it's worth the money. Everybody wants the free-to-play games, which are gambling apps. This has no gambling. There's no microtransactions. You buy the game, and you have the story. You have everything. No loot boxes. So this is a great game. Anyways, the Messenger of Salvation. All right. So what is this guy? This is a critical. Okay. Alright, Go to the battle phase.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。
And I'm still learning the game as I go also. But what I've learned so far is you attack, you do a damage check, and that checks if it's a critical or some kind of trigger that will give you a bonus. Opponent has revealed cards, so I can see his cards. When you S-charge, and S-charge is when you discard a card from your Vanguard below it to do an effect. And then this one. I'm still learning the different things. The Sea Blast is when you turn when your damages face down. So the mechanics are quite different. I still only half know the game. But card games are fun. 18,000, and I will take the hit. There's no need to guard at the beginning. You can discard cards from your hand to block the attack slope.
ダメージチェック。
Ooh, nice card. Oh man, what? It go, yeah, that's right. That's too bad. I will not guard that either.
ノーガード。ダメージチェック。
So we have 2 damage.
スタンド&ドロー。
If I get 6 damage, I lose the game. But the reason I did not block those attacks is because I can use abilities by turning them face down. And I cannot do that if I don't have any. And also, when you get hit, there are 4 cards in each deck that can heal damage. And if I get hit, and I flip over one of them, and it is a heal called a heal trigger, but if I don't have any damage, there's nothing to heal. So it's better to take, I think, so far, it is better to take damage early on so that way you can heal later. And you'll be able to take more hits and save your hand. Let your hand grow. Anyways, ride. So that's like leveling up. And we need to discard a card to do so. Discard that because it does not serve a purpose in the game right now. But you have to buy packs to get cards, and they're limited to different nations. And so I don't have a bunch of different cards. So that's the card I put in there until I find something better. Alright, so you can call it to the rear if you do not call a card, and put it in your hand. Alright, and this is... oh, when it boots, it can power up. So I will call it. I will call it here. And that's the back row. That is... it lets you boost. The front row are your attackers. And if you have a grade 3, this unit gets plus 10,000 defense. So this is a good defensive card. And this is our chief card. And these are blockers. So we have mostly just only blockers right now. So I will go ahead and strike. And I will strike. I'll strike this.
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。
I like their accent. Japanese when they're saying English words.
僕のターン
It's very anime. Damage check. No god. I don't
スキ
know.
ル発動スキル発動コールヴァンガードにアタック
Big damage. 21. I will not guard.
ノーガード
And I can only do the healing with the heal trigger if I have more damage than the
ドライブ
opponent.
チェック
So I need to...
ダメージチェッククリティカルトリガー
Critical, okay. That means I can power you up. And then he may be too strong for anybody else to
プラ
attack.
スパワープラス
20,000.
ヴァンガードにアタック
And you go up to 21. I have 3 damage, I'll go to 4.
ノーガードダメージチェック
ターンエン
私のターンドロー
Get to level 3. And then discard one of these. I think I'll discard. I can play that. What about this card? Ride phase. Okay, I'll do that. Discard this, then I will draw a card.
ライド
Select. Alright, I'll put that in the discard zone, and I will put that in the discard zone.
スキル発動
And this says, from your hand and call it.
スキル発動
I was going to play it, so that works in my favor. Play this.
スペリオルコール
Hold on. What is this? The hour of judgment cometh. I like that they're using Middle English. At least for that one word. Draw 2 cards. Oh, this is that order card I put in my deck, right? That's cool. Alright. So now I have 9 cards, you have 5. Whoever has a great more cards in their hand has an advantage, because it means they cannot, the one with the less cards is not as easily able to block. This is a heal trigger. Okay. What I was talking about. But it is in my hand, so I cannot use it now. And this is boosted. I do not think it's that useful. But I will play it for now. Right, and I can select the Sea Blast. That means I have to turn over one of these. I'll turn over that. That goes face down. And then I get that. I guess there was no need, because now I'm going to waste it. Yeah. I wasted a card. Alright. Anything that has high defense, I would like to not use. I think that's all of these. Yeah, all of these are blocking cards. Alright. Time to strike. And now... attacks. Choose a grade 3 or less from your drop. Call it, and it gets... I will not use that effect yet. But I do like that I can Monster Reborn cards with this guy.
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。
Alright, that's one.
ヴァンガードにアタッ
Hit
ク。
him again. Boost if you have 4 or more. Sea Blast. Draw a card. I will not activate that effect. And you block it. And now it is your turn.
ノーガード。当たった。ダメージチェック。
ターンエンド。
僕のターン。ドロー。スキル発動。ヴァンガードにアタック。スキル発動。パワープラス。
I could take one more hit.
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。ドライ
I
ブチェック。
guess that is risky. Because if they get a critical trigger when they check,
ダメージチェック。
yeah, that might be too risky. I should not do that in the future.
ヴァンガードにアタックだ。
Playing it a little bit too close. Alright, 31. 31 is quite severe. So what I will do is I will play this card, Perfect Guard. And I will discard this card.
スキル発動。
And now it does not matter what damage it is because it blocks it. For guarding. Guard you. Select cards to use for guard. Oh yeah, I'm
完
done.
全ガード。
ターンエン
私のターン。ドロー。
No riding.
Vanguard ヴァンガードにアタック。
And I will use his effect.
スキル発
Pay
動。
4 energy. And I can take a card from the discard zone. I want that. Put it in the back
スペシャ
row.
ルコール。パワープラス。
ガード。
3.
ドライブチェック。ドライブチェック。
And I'll attack with this
ヴァンガ
guy.
ードにアタック。
Should I activate it? No. See, if I activated it, I would have lost resources, and it would only have gotten to 26. Right, now this guy.
ヴァンガー
Supercharged.
ドにアタック。
36,000.
当たった。ダメージチェック。
ターンエンド。
僕のターンだね。ドロー。スキル発動。 ヴァンガードにアタック。スキル発動。パワープラス。
Whoa, you have 18,000 in the back there. Final rush. All of your other units in the same column get plus 5,000. What's his ability? When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your soul has 8 or more cards with different card names, choose one of your rear guards and it gets 1,000 attack points. Interesting. This card is a glitter. Cool. Alright, I will block that. You're only 21. I could stop that with this card.
Guard.
ドライブチェック。ドライブチェック。ヴァンガードにアタック。
31? That is quite strong also. Do I have another? Yes. Perfect guard. I will discard this card.
スキル発動。完全ガード。
ターンエンド。
私のターン。ドロー。
Yeah, but no more riding. That ends on the 3rd or 4th turns. So all we do now is we strike. The reason I like this guy in the back, and at the beginning I said this was a good card, because it is 8,000, but its ability gives it another 5. So it's 13,000, which is very high. And it has boost. It is the strongest level 1 card I have. And anything higher than level 1 cannot do boost from the back row. So that's a little secret there. And this one's 8. And you can spend resources to make it 13. But this card is 13 right away. Because this guy's on the field. So that's a little combo, I suppose you could say. And I'll first attack with you.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
And I will not boost. That, if I did boost, it would have worked. But the reason I attacked with that first, and then the Vanguard,
ヴァンガードにアタック。
because I can use his ability, pay for energy, which are the circular balls on the right. And I can bring back something. What is this? 10,000? I'll bring back this guy, and I'll put him here.
セリオルコール。パワープラス。
He has exhausted his entire hand.
よし、ヒールトリガ
Heal
ー。
trigger. Select damage to heal. this one. And that works if we have the same amount of damage. I like that.
パワープ
There we
ラ
go.
スドライブチェック
2 cards and I have 11. And now this guy can attack.
ヴァンガードにアタック
So it's like being able to attack with 4, even though there are only three zones.
やった次も負けないから
All right.
勝った
すまなかった。
なんで
ああ。ありがとう。あ
すみませんその
あ、そうだな。
The story is definitely not as exciting as Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright. During your turn, if you have 3 or more units. Yeah. And that cannot go in my deck because that is a green card. And that is a bug with the game, where once you finish a battle, it will show an arrow, but the thing will be gone, and it does not move towards the next thing. That's okay. You can manually move it. Alright. Right now I'm grinding points, but I guess it is also advancing the story.
あなたのヴァンガードに興味があるんだよね必ず勝つ
I don't need this card.
Stand up, Vanguard. Stand and draw. Ride. エネルギージェネレーターをセット ターンエンド私のターンドローライドエネルギージェネレーターをセットスキルを発動するわコールコールヴァンガードにアタックノーガードドライブチェックねダメージチェックヴァンガードにアタックノーガードダメージチェックゲットヒー
Heal
ル
trigger. That is why I take the damage. So now, I did not block, and I have 1 damage.
ターンエン
But it's less than it. It would have been 2. So I like that. 2 of these. I'll send 1 to the discard zone, and I can get it back.
ドライドスキル発動
Revealing this card. Select a card to discard. That is a tough one. Do I discard this card? No. I'll discard this. I can always get it back. Alright.
Vanguard にアタック。ノーガード。ドライブチェック。ダメージチェックね。ターンエンド。スタンド&ドロー。ライド。コール。ヴァンガードにアタック。ノーガード。ドライブチェックね。ダメージチェック。ヴァンガードにアタック。ノーガード。ダメージチェック。ターンエンド。私のターン。ドロー。ライド。スキル発動。
To call. I don't want to call one. No. I'll pass. I have no back row to use. That's okay. Search your deck for the same card. I will.
スキル発動。パワープラス。
And I will play it.
コール。ヴァンガードにアタック。
And I will activate that. And play another one that I discarded.
スペリオルコール。パワープラス。ノーガード。ドライブチェック。クリティカルトリガー。
Critical. Very nice. And this will double his power.
クリティカルプラス。
So he will, not his power, but
ドライブチェック。
he will inflict 2 damage now.
ダメージチェックね。ダメージチェックね。
That is the first time I got a critical trigger. I think. Could be mistaken.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
Oh, intercepting. So it is as though I attacked that one. And then I'll
ヴァンガードにアタ
attack
ッ
you.
ク。ノーガード。ダメージチェックね。
You have 4 damage, I have 3.
私のターンよ。ドロー。
You have 6 cards.
ライド。コール。ヴァンガードにアタック。
21. Do I attack? Do I block? No.
ノーガードドライブチェックねドライブチェックねダメージチェッククリティカルトリガー
Critical. And that will strengthen him, making it more difficult to get through on a second attack.
リアガードにアタック
So you have to attack that one. I think I will protect him.
ガードターンエンド私のターンドロー
Then I have this card. Draw 2 cards. I have 3 damage. I'll try it. Flip those face down.
オーダー発動
You will gain the power. And I have another one. But I cannot play it because I do not have 2 more Sea Blast. I only have 2 of these in my deck because of that purpose. Because it is not easy to get these resources. Not except I can get cards that flip these back face up. So there is some strategy to be had. Alright. Activate the ability. Sea Blast, that would blast the last one. No thanks. I already have 3 on the field. Hold on. Can I... That is where the last one is. We'll attack with you.
ヴァンガードにアタックノーガード
I have not used any rear guards. Alright, this is the last one.
ヴァンガードにアタック
The last, could be the last turn. I will activate this.
スキル発動
That is why I attacked with my leftmost card first. So that I can place this in the leftmost card and get 4 attacks.
パワープラスガードドライブ
I
チェック
thought as much.
ドライブチェック
Ooh, nice card. That can give everybody a... That can give one character an extra 13,000. Alright. Attack
ヴァンガード
you,
にアタック
because you will have to use your resources.
ガード
And then... The last one.
ヴァンガードにアタックノーガード
No guard. That is it.
ダメージチェックへへー
Hello, Tracer. Note this is on PC. Tracy Blue. This is on PC, on Steam. Cardfight Vanguard, Dear Days 2. It's an entire single-player experience. But there's online. I don't know how many people play the online, but there is online, but you can go to the shop. And this is all in-game currency. No microtransactions. You buy... There's 3,000 cards you have access to. So there is a lot. So you play casually, you grind some, you do the story, you do different characters, and then you build whatever decks you want. Like if you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force for the PSP. Same idea. And that's why I bought this game. Because I don't like those free-to-play games where you have to open loot boxes to hope that you maybe get a card that you like, and then they phase cards out over time. Yeah, I don't like that system. I like this where you have the full game. So I'm just grinding some battles, getting some currency.
Yeah.
あなたのヴァンガードに興味があるんだよね。
僕とファイトするのかい？
I will exchange this because I have not much use for it. Correct.
Stand up, Vanguard. 私のターン、ドロー。
Alright. Level up. And I will discard this.
ライド。エネルギージェネレーターをセット。
And when I do so, I can bring it to the guard.
スペリオルコール。
And then, I think that is it.
ターンエンド。
僕のターン、ドロー。ライド。エネルギージェネレーターをセット。スキル発動。コール。ヴァンガードにアタック。
And I will not block that attack.
ノーガード。
That way in the future, if I get a heal trigger, it can recover that damage.
ダメージチェック。
That is an order card. That is Pot of Greed.
ドロー。
And there's the heal trigger in my hand. Oh, too bad. Ride phase, I will do that.
ライド。
Blah. Sandy. Oh, I need both. Right.
スキル発動。
You may call it to the guard. Do I want to call anything? Yeah. Yeah, I think I do.
スキル発動。
And oh, discard. I have to discard. That's too bad. So and I will play this in the back row.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。
ターンエンド。
僕のターンだね。ドロー。ライド。スキル発動。
Okay.
コール。ヴァンガードにアタック。
Guard? No thanks.
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。
No guard, no.
ダメージチェック。ゲット。クリティカルトリガー。
Very nice. That means you will have more a more difficult time getting through
パワープラス
with your second card.
ターンエン
スタンドドロー
Alright, time to get level 3. And I will discard this card.
ライド
When this card is rolled upon, choose up to one level 3 or less card and call it to the guard.
スキル発動
But I will pass. I don't want to do that. But I will activate his ability. What is his ability? Hold on. Search your deck. Good.
スキル発動
And then I will get these.
パワープラス
He gets 10,000. And I will play this right here. Time to strike.
ヴァンガードにアタック
And I will activate his ability again.
スキル発動
And I will play this guy. Back here.
スペリオルコールパワープラス
I should have played it in front. I could have attacked. That was a mistake.
ドライブチェックフロントトリガーパワープラス
ダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタック
36,000.
ダメージチェック
ターンエンド
スタンドドローライトだスキル発動スキル発動コールヴァンガードにアタック
I will not guard.
ノーガード
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
ダメージチェック
The perfect guard.
ヴァンガードにアタックだ
ノーガードダメージチェックヒールトリガー
Heal trigger. That's exactly why I wanted to take damage. Exactly. So, that heal trigger can go back.
パワープラス
ターンエン
スタンドドロー
Alright. And I will play my third knight.
コール
From your drop. I don't have another one of those green guys yet. Search your deck for this. I don't... Yeah, I could do that. I will get my fourth.
スキル発動
And I will keep it.
パワープラス
Alright, here we go. Time to do some damage.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
ノーガード。
ドライブチェック。
Oh, nice. That's exactly what I was looking for.
ドライブチェック。
And I can play that on the next one.
ダメージチェック。
ヴァンガードにアタック。
ガード。
ヴァンガードにアタック。
ノーガード。まだだ。ダメージチェック。
ターンエンド。
僕のターンだね。ドロー。
5 damage. Next turn could be it.
ヴァンガードにアタック。スキル発動。パワープラス。
Oh, getting even stronger. I suppose this would be an opportune time to activate this. Perfect card. And I will discard. These guys all have 15,000 defense. I will discard this. Because I can use its effect in the graveyard.
スキル発動。
Alright.
完全ガード。
ドライブチェック。
20 cards left in
ド
your
ライブチェッ
deck.
ク。ヴァンガードにアタック。
Alright, 18,000. I can easily block it. With my healer.
ガード。
You have 11 cards in your hand.
ターンエンド。
私のターン。
That is impressive. You may be able to block this turn. Everything. That is alright. I will. I will get you next turn. I will have. Now I have three of the green guys in the back here. So these will all be 2,600. And then I can play this when I attack with these. Alright. Time to do this. First I'll attack with this
ヴァン
guy.
ガードにアタック。
There goes 2 cards. 3 cards.
ガード。
Now he's tapped. 2 more attacks.
ヴァンガー
But
ドにアタック。
when I attack with the Vanguard, I can activate his ability.
スキル発動。
And take this guy and put him here,
ベリオルコール。
ready to attack again. And I can do that every turn as long as I have 4 energy or more.
ガード。
ドライブチェック。
So
ゲッ
there's
ト。
no
ヒールトリガー。
heal trigger. Hey, Joe. Strike them down with your heavenly arrow. I remember watching that anime. That was what was that? 10 years ago, maybe.
パワープラス。ドライブチェック。
Yeah, that's the classic. Blaster Blade.
まだだ。
I think that came out in 2012. When this came out.
へへー。
Oh, I won. I guess you had nothing else to block with. That's okay. Easy victory.
僕の負けだ。
Liberator Limit Break. I actually am not too familiar with recent stuff. I watched the anime 10 years ago, and that's all I got. But then I saw this game on Steam, and it has 3,000 cards. So this is my way of learning the game. I don't even know all the rules yet. But I'm learning as I go. That's what I like about this game. During your turn, if your rear guard was retired, this blaster dark. So if you lose a guy, you get stronger. And then yes, you can go into the shop here, and there are a lot of packs. And it is all in-game currency. No microtransactions. I started buying the starter decks to see what all the... See here, this one is... That's the main character of the original. That is... I think that's the Blaster Blade one. Limit Break is active when you have 4 or more damage. Limit Break, hey? I will need to learn about Limit Break. I have yet... Oh yeah, this is the one. I already got it, so you can't really. But there's the deck. Is Blaster Blade in it? There he is. You get Blaster Blade level 2. I guess it does not come with Blaster Blade level 3. I think in the show he had to work towards getting his level 3. So maybe that's why. But yeah, it's neat. You can play the old retro rules or go into the more modern rules. And you can get accessories too. Different deck boxes, different sleeves, different play mats, and all sorts of things. In Vanguard, it is raid. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, I will do another battle. A gold paladin. That is the best kind of paladin. The owner of Card Shop Osen. I noticed in the early parts of this game, the game's a long game. People put hundreds of hours in this game. But I noticed I'm only 10 hours or so in, 10, 15, something like that. But I noticed at the beginning parts of the game, the opponent does not or barely uses triggers. But that will change as you get further and the opponents get more and more difficult. So right now, they're taking it easy on us because we're learning the game still. So I will exchange these two. And I will put that heal trigger back in the deck. And this guy. I'll change everything except this card. Oh, cool. I'll be excited to play the vintage stuff. And we level up, and I discard. I still got that healed card again. Discard this. Now we're level 1, and then I can bring it to the back row.
コール
Oh yes, Joe. You definitely know much more than I. I am a newbie. Yeah, a few days ago, I did not even know how to play the game. I bought this. I played this for a few days, and I'm slowly understanding how the game works. So it's exciting stuff. And I noticed that the triggers are where you get the most heat, the most defense. The rear guard.
ヴァンガードにアタック
You have the rear guard.
ドライブ
Yeah, that's why it has an R, I suppose. That makes sense.
ダメージ
I'm used to playing Yu-Gi-Oh, so I call it back row and front row.
ターンエンド
俺のターンドロー
And this card, I call this Pot of Greed.
スキル発動
Because you draw 2 cards from your deck and add them to your hand.
ステリオルコールゴールヴァンガードにアタック
20,000. And the early attacks, I do not like to guard because I have found that if you do not guard the early attacks, you can build up damage, which you can then flip them face down for effects. And I wish it did not get rid of that card. I like that card.
ターンエンド
But
私のターン
and you can also get a heal trigger and remove that damage. So you can take more damage overall. And I will have to discard a card. I think this card. This card is not of any use.
ライド
This card is useless, as Yugi would say.
スキル発動
Select a card to discard. I suppose I will discard him. Because this is a Monster Reborn kind of deck. Once I get my level 3 in play, he can bring back cards from the discard. Alright. And I guess I could play this.
コール
Skills. Oh, you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player too. That's great. All card games are great. I love card games. I play different. I'm also playing Duel Masters. I have Duel Masters for the PS2 and playing it for the Game Boy. I like card games of all kinds. If you ever get a card deck in real life, you can teach me. That would be cool. We could play Vanguard on Discord. That sounds cool. Make the copy in your hand. You can use a Persona Ride. A Persona Ride? I don't know what that is. There's a tutorial. It's in the menu, but it's like 100 different things long. So I have to slowly work through it, through the different mechanics.
ヴァンガードにアタッ
So
ク
Persona Ride, and then you mentioned another thing earlier. I'll have to Limit Break. So those are 2 new terms I have to look into.
ダメージチェック
All right.
ターンエンド
So you have 2 damage. I have 1. So if I want to get to use the heal triggers, I need to have more damage than
ヴァンガー
you.
ドにアタックスキル発動パワープラス
10,000.
ノーガードダメージチェック
I like these effects. Another one.
ヴァンガードにアタック
I like that card because it adds 13,000 to the back row with no questions asked. Persona Rides give 10,000 to your front row and draw. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no guard. No guard though.
ノーガード
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
ダメージチェック
ターン
私のターンドロー
Alright, we get to the level 3, the boss card. Finally the boss card.
ライブ
Alright, with him I get to blast 2 and draw a card. So I will blast these 2. Wait, S-Blast. That is from the middle guy, so I'll get rid of this, put this in the discard zone. So that way I can bring it back. Limit Break is the old text slender main character. Alright, when this is rode upon, you can do some stuff from your hand. Select a card to call. I don't really want to. I'll call this. Sure, yeah.
ベリアルカール
Alright, here we go. And I think I have another one in the discard zone that I can bring back with his ability. Alright. I can get one from my hand also.
スキル発動
There we go.
パワープラス
Alright, time to strike.
ヴァンガードにアタック
And no. I will not activate your ability.
ダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタック
31,000! And I will use his ability.
スキル発動
To bring back him.
ベリアルカールパワープラス
ノーガードだ
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
Ooh, perfect card.
ダメージチェック
Alright.
ヴァンガードにアタ
For
ッ
my
ク
final strike.
ノーガードだ
I do have the card advantage so far. I have 11 cards. He has 7. When you flip a damage fates down, that is a counter blast.
スタンド&ドロー
And when you use a soul blast, you put the card from your Vanguard. Yeah, I like to put the... When I level up my Vanguard, there's a green guy in there, which is the same as this damage. This guy. I like to put him in the discard zone. So that way I can call him back. I can Monster Reborn him back to the back row. And the reason I like that card so much, out of the limited cards that I have so far, he is 8,000, which is normal for a level 1. But if I have my level 3 on, he gets an extra 5,000 permanently for no cost. So he's 13,000 in the back row. And that is the strongest back row I can, because level 2s and 3s do not power up the front. So they're not, so this is the best I have. And then I have this card. She is also 8,000. And you can pay a cost to, for one turn, get her up to 13. So, but this guy, he's permanently 13 for free, no cost. So that's why I like him. So my strategy is have these guys in the front row and have these in the back row. Another copy in your hand to ride on your next turn. Yeah, I've noticed once I get to level 3, I can't ride anymore. Maybe I'm missing something. Anyways, at 23, should I block it? No, I'll take the attack.
ノーガード
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
メージチェックゲットクリティカルトリガー
Critical. Very nice. That means your second guy will not be able to harm me.
クリティカルプラスパワー
Even though he's only 5,000. I don't think he could harm me anyways.
ターンエンド
スタンダードドロー
Alright, here we go. Can I end the game? So I have one in my hand. And I want to bring back this guy. And that will fill this spot. About Persona Ride. You need the same name as your Vanguard to use Persona Ride. So, okay, so you click that. All right, we'll try that. This is Persona Ride, correct? So I click that. I don't know what this does, but I'll try it. Ride this card.
ペルソナライド
Oh, this is cool. What did that do? And it gave everybody 10,000. So that is Persona Ride. That is very interesting. I had no idea. But I will also play Pot of Greed, which lets me draw 2 cards. I'll put these guys face down so they don't have to see what is about to happen.
オーダー発動
There we go. I drew 2 cards. Unit to gain power.
パワープラス
Become even stronger. Alright, there's nothing else I think I can do. So, here we go. Let's do it.
Vanguard にアタック
36,000. You'll need a few cards to block this. And then I will
スキル発動
bring out this guy.
スペリオルコールパワープラス
Oh yes, that was 4 cards you had to get rid of. 5 cards.
ガード
You had to discard half your hand.
フロントトリガーパワープラス
Now everybody gets even stronger.
ドライブチェック
This is it. That was your final turn. Wow. All right, let's go again.
ヴァンガードにアタック
41. I'll do it. I'll pay your fee. I'll pay your fee.
スキル発動
Go up to 46.
パワープラス
That is stronger than a Blue Eyes Ultimate.
ダメージチェック
へへ
Victory. Thanks for letting me know, Joe, about that Persona Ride thing. So you combine you lay it over top, and it powers up everything on your field. The grade 2 you have with an eye patch is Youthberg. Yeah, I think that's one of the archetypes is Youthberg. I think I have him in there because he can get an extra 5,000 power, but I don't really need him in there, I think.
どうだ
Yeah, once I get more cards, there will be room to mess around.
いやそうだな
And in case you didn't know, I am also developing a card game.
おいおい
Yeah, I'm brand new to Vanguard, but I like it. I like
す
it.
げえじゃねえかどうした
It's always refreshing to try a new card game and see how they work.
うーん
A card Argion.
すまんすまんまたな
ありがとな。
私は嘘。
When we do the story, we get new deck recipes and new cards. That's cool. During the battle, this unit attacked a grade 3 or greater unit. It gets 5,000. So it's like a permanent, once you get to the level 3s, it's a permanent 15,000. It is the flower deck though, so that is... I'm doing the sanctuary deck, so I can only use sanctuary cards. And we'll check out the cards in my deck. So, this is the first starter deck I got, and this is the where I got the idea with this level 3 guy. And then I bought all the other starter, not all of them, but a bunch of the other starter decks. I still have more to go. But then I made a new deck, and I modified this deck with some other cards. And this is the deck. I have the level 3, the level 2, level 1, and level 0. And then I have 3 more in here. This is the Youth Burk I think you were mentioning. Rode upon by Revoldress, I think. And then I have... This card lets me do the ride phase and get an extra card. And also put a card from my stack for the Vanguard stack to the discard zone and get the green guy. So, and this is a perfect block. This is a boost, which is not as good as the green guy, but it is a boost. And here's a shiny version. Speaking of shiny version, I should show... I'll go through this deck quickly, but then I'll show the different rarities that you can get. When this card is discarded, you can add it to the ride phase, which means that you do not have to discard. PG. Revoldress. Okay, so it's his own... It belongs to the Youth Brick class. That's very interesting. This makes it quite unique. I will, once I get more of those kind of cards, I can experiment with that. And there's this guy because he's 13,000 in the back row, which is incredible. And this card is extra because I need 50 cards. And this is the bane of many Vanguard players' existence, or so I have read, called an overtrigger, which makes you get 100 million, and it can end games. I hear people do not like this mechanic, but it's limit 1. I'll put it. I keep it in the deck because it's powerful. All right, then we have some. We have a critical, 4 of those, 4 criticals, and another 4 criticals because I read that you should have 8 criticals in your deck so you can maximize the damage you do. Then I have 4 heal triggers because you want to be able to heal the damage. And I have 3 front triggers. And I'm missing... what is that trigger at the left? Draw triggers, right. I took out the draw triggers. Because, yeah, I hear that front triggers are better than draw triggers. Because front triggers have 15,000 defense, as all the other triggers. But draw triggers only have 5,000 defense. So if they're in your hand, they're somewhat useless. And then this is Pot of Greed. I got an order card and I said, I need to try out these order cards. So that's what that is. So that's the deck. And then let me deck. I will not edit, but I'll show the, how do we work this thing? There's the cards you can have. How do I get to the rarities? Right trigger? Ah, there we go. Look at this. So there's grade 4 even. And there's different card types. There's different triggers, of course. There's all the different booster packs. Look at all that. How many booster packs is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41. And the last one is vintage. And then you have your different abilities, different clans, and all these rarities. I was blown away when I saw this many rarities. In Yu-Gi-Oh, I am used to it being, you have common, you have rare, you have super rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. And this is 30 different rarities. That's amazing. Replace grade 2 Youth Burk with Surgeon. I don't know if I have anything called Surgeon. How do I check? Is this... There's Youth Burk. I could go text search. How do you spell? Let me type that in. Surgeon. No data. Did I spell it wrong? Maybe I don't have. I guess I don't have that card. Is that brand new? Is Surgeon brand new? Or because I know that the game is a little bit behind, a few months behind. They put new packs and stuff every 3 months, but that's also DLC. So, and you might get those packs later. I think you get, as the story progresses, you do get access to even more packs, or you can buy the DLC and get access to them immediately. So there is a whole, you have to play the game to get more stuff. But yeah, that's the deck right now. Oh, it's an old card. Yeah, maybe I only bought a few packs so far, and these starter decks. Once I run across Surgeon, I can take a look, because the shop, there's a lot to go through, and this was overwhelming. So I said, you know what? I'll start with buying the starter deck. So I have all the original starter decks, and I bought all these. I don't know what these letters mean, but when I bought them, there were starter decks in the different Ds. These are the most expensive ones, so I have not bought these yet, but I will. And there's one for that, and then I bought these. Yeah, so I will grind, and then I will get all these. I don't know about this 10,000 one, but, and then I'll start working on I'll start working on, this is vintage, on the booster packs. So they have 3 sets of, or I guess 8 original Vanguard. Then we have these. I bought a few packs of this Keter Sanctuary because I realized that my deck is the Keter Sanctuary deck. So this works, because these are different factions. So I'm learning. And then I don't know what that is. There's some different stuff in here. So yeah, working through those.
また来てくれよな。
But I think I'll do another. Oh, there's a free. And the free one is, it does not advance the story. Only the main, where it says main, that advances the story. So yeah, today's mostly do some battles, learn more about the game, and get some duel points to get cards. Just some grinding and learning more about the deck. Right, cards to exchange. I do not need this card. Get rid of the healing. And I don't need that card either. I never use that card. I somewhat have my combo figured out, what I like to do. And it does not involve that youth birth card. Alright, so discard this. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is when you're buying cards in packs, if you buy duplicates, any more than the limit, some cards are limit 1 and some cards are limit 4, any ones you get that are higher than the limit get turned into another currency called dust. I think it's called dust, and you can use that to buy any card you want. You can look at the booster packs and say, I want to make that card. This is very cool. You don't have to take chances hoping you get the cards you want in the booster packs. So I like that a lot. Alright, I think now I will hang out.
スタンド&ドロー。ライド。エネルギージェネレーターをセット。スキル発動。ヴァンガードにアタック。ノーガード。ドライブチェック。
I do like how damage is also a currency. So you need to get some damage in order to use some of your effects. So damage is not a bad thing. Alright, I will get rid of that. And then I will put that into the rear guard. And then you may look at the top card of your deck and you may play it if it is grade 2 or less. Normal unit. Oh nice, I got this card. That is a normal unit. Which I think does not count for... This is not a normal unit, right? Yeah, it is a trigger unit. Alright. Time to do battle.
No guard. Damage check.
The voice acting's cool in this. It does feel like you're in an anime. Imagine if they talked like that in everyday life. Alright, so 10,000. I did get this card I don't care that much about, so I'll block with it because I do not need it. I suppose I could have used it as discard fodder.
Vanguardにアタック。ノーガード。ダメージチェック。ヒールトリガー。
Ooh, heal trigger, very nice. Now I have no damage. Oh, I have one
ターン
damage,
エンド
私のターン
but not two. Alright, time to level 3. What is this? Call this card to the guard. Alright, I will do so.
ライドスキル発動
And now, you go right there. Choose one grade 3 or less from your hand and call it.
スキル発動
Yeah, I can choose that. Sure. And then on my next turn, I can flip them.
スペリオルコール
Is he can switch front row and back row. Or on this turn, I can flip them. There we go. Now he is safe and sound. And he has an ability. What do I have in my drop? I do not. But I will get... Use that as the cost.
スキル発動
I'll get another one of him.
パワープラス
Do I attack with it? Yeah.
コール
Alright, are you ready for this? Time to strike.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ノーガードだダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタック
Oh, it's okay, Joe. I like exploring as I
ガード
go. But if you have tips, but not like specific cards, I'm unsure about. I try to stay away from the net decking type of stuff.
ヴァンガードにアタック
I like being able to open a pack, look at a card, and say that's a good card. Let me add it to the deck. It's half the fun, I think, of card games. Experimentation. And I do know that there's some cards in this deck that are useless. Oh, select a circle to call it? I don't really want to, though. Can I not? Can I... I guess I have to. Alright. Yeah, I activated the ability
スペ
without
リオルコー
realizing.
ルパワープラス
Of your starter?
ノーガー
What do you mean?
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
Alright, I have a perfect guard. You
ド
mean
ダ
this
メー
level
ジ
3
チェッ
guy?
ク
I have 4 of them. 1 in the ride deck and 3 in the
ドロー
3 in the other.
ライ
I like having
ドスキ
at
ル
least
発動
at least until I start using other cards for the left and the right.
ヴァンガードにアタック
But right now, I am using 3 up front because they have the most attack. And that way when I attack, I can you do the discard, bring it back, so I get it's like I get 4 attacks. Because I'll attack with one of them, and then I'll attack with this guy, and then I'll bring back another level 3 here, and then I'll attack that again. And then I'll attack with the 4th one. So far that's been my strategy. But I think I will not guard.
ノーガード
ドライブチェック
But I am curious about
ドライ
getting
ブチェック
other cards that have continuous abilities that don't have a cost.
ダメージチェック
Oh no, you got rid of one of my blonde guys.
リアガードにアタックだ
ノーガード
I don't mind losing her. I wonder why he had... Oh yeah, because you're not strong enough to attack the others. So you went after her. That makes sense.
スタンドドロー
Grade 0. Yeah. I don't want the grade 0 in my deck. I have 1 copy in the deck only because I don't know. I didn't have anything else to put in the deck. So it's the filler card is to fill up to make it 50 cards. But it is filler. I don't ever plan on using the grade 0. When I draw it, I'll use it for fodder, for discard fodder. Or if I need to use it to block, then I will. But most of my blocking is 15,000 defense or perfect cards. Like this card, for example, it says 5,000 shield, but actually it's 15,000 shield. But once I open more packs, I will definitely get rid of that grade 0 because it's pointless. There's no reason for it to be in the deck. From my little experience. Anyways, I have nothing to ride, so I will abstain, and I will get another level 3. But because one of them isn't in my damage zone, I cannot do the trick to get 4. $10,000 shield. Yeah, if I had a 4th one, I could do the Persona ride that you mentioned, and then bring these all. But it is permanently in the discard zone now. I do need effects that can flip these back face up. That is what I realize I am lacking thus far. Alright. Let me see. What is in the drop? Nothing of use. Yeah, this guy. The reason that it says 2 here is because one of them was from the Vanguard stack and got sent to the discard zone. And the other one was, I have 1 copy in the deck to fill it out. Alright. I don't have anything in my drop zone of use, of value, so I will not use that. What? Why do I have more of those? What? Did I thought I only had 1 of those in there. Huh. Return card in your damage zone back face up is called Counter Charge. I definitely need to get myself a Counter Charge. And I also need to figure out why I have 1, 2, why do I have... This is confusing. Yeah, I'll have to, after this battle, I'll have to check that deck again. I swore I only had 1. But I suppose I was mistaken. I like it that it automatically ends the turn. In Yu-Gi-Oh, once you're done, your main phase 2, you have to manually end the turn. See, now I cannot use this card unless I take 2 more damage. Your opponent's deck focuses on retiring the units, and theirs to gain power. Oh, this one. 2 rear guards, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Oof. Good thing I can good thing my Vanguard's ability is Monster Reborn. Otherwise, yeah, that's a deadly ability. That is. I will take the attack. Good thing he has no rear guards. But I've experienced that before on another opponent where every turn automatically I lose one of my rear guards. And that is brutal. Right. Yeah, and there's nothing else to ride anymore. Alright, and now we strike.
Vanguard にアタック
I suppose I could. Oh, I could do that. Replace them, then replace it again on the following turn. But I will abstain.
ガードだ。
ドライブチェッククリティカルトリガー
Ooh, nice. Oh wait, no, do this one because it would go to 31, and
クリティカル
it's
プラ
not
ス
strong enough.
パワープラスドライブチェック
Archangel to bring back his comrades. Yeah, I like the bringing back comrades idea. And for my first starter deck, I picked this because I said angels. That's cool. I like angels. And it turns out at the beginning when I first started playing, I did not think that effect was very special, but as I played more, I realized, wait, this is actually quite good.
ダメージチェックだ。
One more and you're done.
ヴァンガードにアタック
You have 9 cards. Surely you can block me.
ガード。
That will do. But next turn, you're bug food.
ターンエンド
スタンドアンドドロー。
I'm guessing there must not be a card limit for cards in your hand because I have 13. And I do not need to use any of them.
ノーガード
ドライブチェック。ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック
Alright.
ターンエン
私のターンドロー
Now I have 14. And I can use this ability. I might as well. I have nothing in my discard zone worth bringing back. If you ever get to a certain card that has divine skills, you can only use it once. I will definitely be on the lookout for that. Alright. Draw a card. Now I have 15. Oh! No, wait. I was thinking I could use his effect, but I can't. Because I already have all the... I guess this is an Archangel. Salvation. Sarah's Sail. Wait. I'm intending this to be the last turn. So I will attack... Huh? Okay. I'll attack with him first.
ヴァンガードにアタック
I'm going to try to attack 4 times. Because surely he cannot block 4 hits. Alright. Oh wait, I can't. Because this costs 4 to use the ability, right? Yeah. E-Blast 4. Oh well. Next
ヴ
turn.
ァンガードにアタック
Faded of Miracle Rezel.
ガード。
I'll keep a
ドライブ
lookout.
チェック
Once I get the rest of the starter
ドライブチェック
decks,
クリティカルトリガー
I'll start looking through those Keter Sanctuary packs. Select unit to gain power? Yeah.
クリティカルプラスパワープラス
Alright, here we go.
ヴァンガード
36,000.
にアタック
You have 9 cards. Yeah. I figured you could block it. 33. 38.
ガードだ。
And I'm wearing him down. His hand is decreasing.
ターンだ。ドロー。
The Fated Clash. Okay, I'll take a look for the Fated Clash.
スキル発動。
There's a lot of starter decks, but I think I can remember
パ
that.
ワープラス。
And you can also see each card in the booster packs before you buy it, which you would not be able to do in real life. so that's good. I like that. Anyways, I guess I can start blocking. I have 17 cards. It'd be a shame to not use any of them.
ガード。
ドライブチェックだ。ドライブチェックだ。ターンエンド。
私のターン。ドロー。
It's the overdrive. Wait, this can end the game, right? You can look up Faded. Yeah. So, when revealed as a trigger. So I can't play it. Only I can use it as a shield. 50,000 shield. But if I drew it from the deck when I was doing damage check, then you get 2 cards. 2 of your cards can be 100 million. Right, here we go. Hit him again. Wait. One of my rear guards is gone. I guess I will call you to the field. So, yeah, sure. I will
スキル発動。
see what can be done. And there's no... I thought there was no selectable units. I'm surprised it let me do that. So you pay the cost. And you get nothing out of it. That's okay. I got 10,000 points out of it, so... That's alright. Alright, time to battle.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
Oh, really? One gets the 100 million?
スキル発動。
Because I did use this card before, and 2 of them actually got 100 million, or one of them got 200 million. Because... oh, wait.
ガード。
Okay, you'll be able to block that. And then I can take a look at this card again. So, say it's on the top card of the deck and you do a damage check. So, you draw it, remove it, and a unit gets 100 million. If revealed during drive check, you can activate its additional effect, and that's an additional effect. Choose one of your units and it gets 100 million. So I think, at least in this game, yeah, at least in this game, I think it, because I remember it doing 200 million for some reason. So I guess maybe in this game it does it twice if you're doing a drive check. I don't exactly know. But 100 million, 200 million, it's impossible numbers nonetheless.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
All right, yeah, I'll do that. I think this will be the last turn. And I will call this guy over.
スペリオルコール。パワープラス。
ノーガー
ドライブチェック。ヒールトリガー。
Oh, nice. But I can't. They're face down, so I can't do the healing. That's another thing I learned.
パワープラ
If they're face down, you cannot heal.
ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェックだ。
It is over.
やった。次も負けないから。
All right, there is another win. Now I have 8,000. Almost enough. 10,000 is enough for those big starter decks. And what did I get? Some evil-looking, devil-looking card. All right, you can craft. That's the crafting thing. You see how it says CP? That's the craft points. So you can go to any deck. Let me go to the shop. And he says fate something. You said Genesis. You said it's an old. Is it a vintage card? Festive. Faded Clash. Yeah, this is the one. So you can press Y to preview the deck. And there's 259 cards in this booster pack. Look at this guy. And see, if I had 1,000 CP, I could craft this card. Without buying any packs, I could go and say, I want that. Let me craft it. So you can grind craft points by getting, once you complete a pack, maybe a smaller pack, and you can keep buying that same thing over and over to get more craft points. This looks like a cool card. I think I want that card. I don't know what it does, but it looks cool. What did you say the card was called? During battle, this unit boosted. It gets 5,000. So the same as my green guard. Oh, but you can also E-charge 1. Energy charge. So you get more energy when you do that. So I wonder if this is better than the green guy. Because it gets to... No, maybe it's not. Because it has to be boosted to get that. These are some nice looking cards though. I'm surprised the amount of detail they can put on the screen. Because I'm used to playing Tag Force games on the PSP, and the cards were always a bit pixelated, but not here. Look at this. And it's grayed out because I don't have the card. That looks like a Snorlax. I don't know, but that's Faded Clash. I remember you said something about Faded. So I know where that is now. Then there's the Vintage. I don't know what these say. These, I can't... The letters are quite small. I guess you could... Yeah, you could read it up there. Awakening of Twin Blades. So not there. Right? Yeah. Comic style. Restraint. Cannot attack. Yeah, Pale Moon and stuff, so that's... That's why I'm trying to limit my exposure to the new cards, at least at the beginning. Because there's a lot of different keywords. This pack only has 36 cards in it, which is a great way to get crafting points, because there's only 36 cards rather than 250. So you can easily max this out and then build your crafting points. And this one is Banquet of the Divas. And then the original. And then you unlock more later also. So this is only, these are the packs they start you with. Disaster. When you take the 6 damage, if it is a trigger. When you take 6 damage, and if it is a trigger unit, you heal that. Faded. That's definitely something I will look into. That sounds like a good effect to me. Anything that heals me, that's great to hear. Yeah, so there's lots I have yet to learn. But yeah, this is it so far. But I will do this free, and if no other free battles show up, and the only one left is to continue the main story, I think I might call it a day and figure out offline figure out which packs I want to buy. And I always pick Rock because it's the first one it lands on. I don't really care who goes first. Hey, look at that, we got the overdrive in our first turn. But I'll put that back and that because I don't need that card. And I got my level 3. The Bermuda Triangle Booster Box. Oh. I tell you, it sure is something seeing all these cards and all these mechanics and trying to figure all this stuff out right at the start. It sure is. It's overwhelming at first because I had all these packs and I said, which one do I buy? But it's fun once the feeling of slowly learning the mechanics over games. I could definitely not go straight to online without learning the rules like this. That's why I like the offline. That's why I like offline games, because I could take my time and I can battle the computer and not worry about, oh no, am I making a mistake? Am I taking too long? I need to read all these cards first. The Idol of the Underwater. The Bermuda Triangle.
Vanguard にアタック。
ノーガードだ。
ドライブチェック。
ダメージチェック。
ターンエンド。
スタンド&ドロー。ライド。スキル発動。
There's also some other. There's another card game that the company that makes this Bushiroad. They're making a online card game called what is it called? Weiss Schwarz, which is an older it's an older card game, but they're making a video game version of it. So that's something to look for. Hey Kirby. I also hope that. Oh yeah, there's also a Digimon card video game, but it's a mobile game, so nothing like this. But that's another game to look out for. So there's Digimon and there's Weiss Schwarz, and those are in the making apparently.
Vanguard にアタック
My level 3. I should have blocked that attack, but I didn't know that it was on the top. No worries.
ノーガードダメージチェック
There's also another card game. There's no video game being made of it, but there's another card. I forgot the name of it. I was looking at it the other day. Forgot the name of it, but what's interesting about it, you have you have your main deck and you have your like a magic gem deck where every turn you can play gems from that. So that's like Magic the Gathering if the lands were separated. Very interesting sounding game. It's too bad I have no way of playing it. All right, so select the cost. I guess you. Yes. Be gone.
ライドスキル発動
All right. Do I want to call it? Sure, I'll call it.
スペリオルコール
Yeah, Magic the Gathering's a cool game too. All card games have some interesting mechanics about them that I like. I once played a Magic the Gathering game with one of the simulators, and I had a token angel deck, and I put so many tokens on the field that the game crashed. I think there was 2,000 of them, and they all had hundreds of attack and defense each because it had a bonus that however much health you have, the health every time you play a card, the health increases, which also increases the attack, and then it also makes another token. So there's a huge line of thousands of tokens. It was impressive, but it was too much. It took up too much RAM and it crashed. It's funny though. Anyways, what am I doing here? Main phase.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ノーガードだ。
ドライブチェック
ダメージチェック。
The more you attack, the more cards you can draw.
ヴァンガードにアタック
インターセプト。
ターンエンド
俺のターンだ。ドロー。ライド。スキル発動。
Place cards on the top of the. Oh,
ヴァンガードにアタック。
what? Maybe they place their own cards on the top of the deck. Anyways, I will not block that attack.
ドライブチェック。
Battle Spirits card game?
ドライブチェック。
I have not heard of that. Is that a mobile game or is that on Steam?
ダメージチェック
Ooh, get rid of that level 0.
スキル発動。パワープラス。
ノーガードダメージチェックよしフロントトリガー
Front trigger.
パワープラス
Everybody is super powered.
ターンエンド。
スタンド&ドロー
There's my heal. Time to ride the level 3. Get rid of you.
ライド
Grade 3 or less.
スキル発動
I have a grade 3 or less for you. Right here.
スペリオルコール
And that will do it for me. Wait, no. Get another one.
スキル発動
If I have another one. No, one's in the dis. There we go. We have one left.
パワープラス
And I will play it right here.
コール ヴァンガードにアタック
A card game, yeah, Battle Spirit Saga. I'm guessing that's a mobile game.
スキル発動
Sure.
ミリオルコールパワープラス
Now it's
ド
supercharged.
ライブチェック
There's the perfect
ドライ
guard.
ブチェックヒールトリガー
Oh, nice. Can I bring back? Yes. Get that grade 3 out of here.
パワープラス
ダメージチェック。
ヴァンガードにアタック
ガードだ。
Oh, a real life card game. Okay. Okay, I thought you meant a video game version. Battle Spirits, eh? I need to find that's another problem though. When you're dealing with real card games, unless you know people that play it, it mostly sits on the shelf. Whereas with a game like this, even if I don't know anybody that plays Vanguard, I can play it. I can play against the computer. So it's very helpful.
俺のターンドロー。ヴァンガードにアタックだ。
Should I block it? No.
ノーガード
ドライブチェック。
No guardo.
ドライブチェック。
And Battle Spirit Connected Battlers. Is that for
ヴァンガードにアタック。
is that for a what system is that for? Is that console or Steam or
パワープラス。
There's also I was looking at another card game. There's also one for the Switch. And it looks like Hearthstone, but it is a single player card game. What is it called? Shadowverse. Yeah, Shadowverse. And I'm interested in that. I would definitely buy a Switch for that game. Right, 4. I think I can start blocking now. And I think I can heal no more. I have 3 healings in my hand. There's the perfect guard. I cannot ride anything. All these are defense. This is lots of defense, which is good. No, cannot bring any more. I have all these guys now. You have 10 cards. I have 10.
ダメージチェックだ。
One more point. And it's over. Let me make sure. Yes. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Alright. Trigger. And I'll bring him out.
スペリオルコールパワープラス
Repair! You can't block everything.
ドライブチェックドライブチェッククリティカルトリガー
Ooh, critical. So, make you even more powerful. Yeah.
クリティカルプラスパワープラス
Shadowverse. Yeah, Shadowverse looks very interesting.
ヴァンガードにアタック
You'll not escape this.
スキル発動パワープラス
I also read that in Vanguard there's some mechanic where you declare the last turn. I don't know that. I read that
ヴ
today
ァンガ
though.
ードにアタック
ガード
Final turn.
エンド
俺のターンだドローコール
It's like Uno. You have to say Uno or it does not count. Right. I will 13. Those are baby numbers.
ガード
ドライブチェックだドライブチェックだヴァンガードにアタックスキル発動パワープラス
Ooh, strong.
スキル発動
20. Is it still going?
パワープラス
Wow, how powerful can you be? No matter how powerful you might be, you cannot get past the perfect guard.
スキル発動
I guess I did not really need to do that because all these cards are worth 15,000 defense. So
完全ガード
ターンエン
私のターン
yeah, two of them would add 30,000. No riding. All right. $5,000. I'll put you.
コール
See, every card serves a purpose, no matter how small.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ガード
All right. Now, your
ヴァ
turn.
ンガードにアタック
You'll not stop this. It is over, I'm afraid.
スキル発動
And then I bring out another 3. See, I can keep switching between the 3s, the level 3s, and get 4 attacks every turn.
ガード
ドライブチェック
Bypassing the
ドライブ
the
チェッ
3
ク
zone limit.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ノーガー
That's right.
ドダメージチェックだ
That was your final turn.
私の勝ちねやった
So what do you think of the anime, Joe? I've not seen. I've only seen the original anime, so I'm not sure what they're doing now. I don't recognize any of these characters. 93. That's right. It's only main and shop, so I think that will do it. Oh, the anime is really good. I may have to look into that anime and catch up. But I think that was enough battling for the day. Thanks guys for stopping by and seeing my amateur deck. All right, I will return to the main menu. Yeah, this is return to the title. So you can. I'll show you the tutorials that I still have to go through. So there's this, then all of this is new. Sentinel. That's the perfect block. Tokens. I'm sure it is not like Magic the Gathering tokens. Easy mode. No. Overdress. Glitter. And there may even be more stuff that is added to this later. Hollow. Yeah, so there's a lot. Rewrite, unique skill, ticket. Whatever that is. There's a lot of tutorials for me to read. So it will take some time. But eventually I will learn how this game works. And yeah, return to the title. And that is Cardfight Vanguard, Dear Days 2. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys in the next stream. Have a good one.